All right, Illinois and Oregon. Oregon 21.5 point home favorites, 54.5 the total in this game. Illinois is a feisty, plucky little team. I'm telling you. I'm tempted by Illinois because I remember I took these kind of points against Penn State with this Illinois team, and they covered in that game. Not going to be easy. And Oregon, pretty impressive considering how they came out against Purdue's bad, but to come off the big Ohio State win, short week, travel on a Friday night, and just be ready to just bury that Purdue team, shut them out 35-0. Pretty impressive from Oregon. Oregon after this has at Michigan. Illinois, meanwhile, 21-7 win against Michigan. The defense shut down that offense. Now, I am concerned about the defense against Oregon's speed, and that is still the concern I have with Illinois' defense overall. That defense hasn't faced the speed, the athletes, the talent on offense that Oregon is going to bring. What's the best offense they played so far? It's probably Penn State. They gave up 20. They were actually pretty solid there, but Purdue somehow got 49 against them, which was crazy. Nebraska moved the football against them, and we've seen Nebraska's offense kind of decline a little bit since then. So this will be a challenge for Illinois. I feel like with this game, 54.5, I feel like I should be on the over because if Oregon's going to cover, it's going to go over the total. So I feel like it's kind of an insurance policy to taking Illinois because if Illinois covers, it's probably going to be more of a lower scoring game because they're going to keep Oregon within arm's length. Luke Altmaier has to be good Luke Altmaier here. No turnovers, good ball security, good decision making. If he doesn't turn the ball over, he's had a solid year, believe it or not, for Illinois at the quarterback spot. Certainly a lot better than we've seen from Luke Altmaier in years past, and rely on just protecting the ball because you got to do that when you're playing in Eugene against this Oregon team. But I'm leaning north of 21. I'm leaning Illinois here in this one, over as well. CMAC, Illinois, Oregon.
Yeah, geez. I know it was Purdue, but kind of all year long, I've been impressed with Oregon's defense. I know not these teams have been the best, and of course, in the Ohio State game, we all talked about just back and forth, two great teams, two good offenses.
They take the air out of the football with a big lead, too, Oregon. That's another.
Oh, yeah.
Last week.
Shit.
Tick, 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 that clock, run it.
They just super slow. I mean, yeah, everything. And they've done it all year. That's why the back doors. And I think that could happen here. Altmaier last week was a little bit, Illinois was able to run it kind of on Michigan. I mean, they were very successful. Altmaier didn't do anything through the air. He had 80 yards. So he's got to be better here. And, of course, when it's a game like this, turnovers, you can't turn the ball over. No. At all. So I think the back door could be open. I lean a little bit to Illinois. That was a huge win. I loved it last week, but I don't know about here. It's just Oregon. You're right. Once they get up 28-7 or something, it's just like,
That's probably good for Illinois plus 21.5 in this game because they don't look like a team that's really going for the killer jugular, extra touchdown.
Yeah.
Or Purdue was that bad that eventually they got it last week, but they didn't really try for it.
Yeah, I'd say this game's just a little bit different, but Oregon has been money first half.
Yeah.
Even last week when it was a flat spot, they still just went up 21-0 on Purdue, even though and they kind of done it all year against these teams early at least. Michigan State, UCLA. Yeah.
I'm looking right now. Yeah, they're 4-0 ATS as underdogs this year, Illinois. Kansas.
I've been on 3 times.
Penn State, Michigan. Covered all those games as underdogs. And look, Michigan State covered as a dog at Oregon a few weeks ago. And Oregon, once they were up big, they just called off the dogs. It's exactly what happened. So I think even if Illinois doesn't play great and doesn't hang with them for 4 quarters, they could still get inside this number because Oregon just doesn't go to run things up. They just haven't been doing that. So, yeah, I'm definitely interested in Illinois here, plus 21.5. All right, fun to have it. Another week of hitting the books right here on this College Football Hitting the Books YouTube channel every Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. And we're going to sprinkle in some college basketball shows and content in a few weeks as well when college basketball begins. So stay tuned for schedule on that. We'll have some details probably next week regards to that. Thank you for everyone tuning in, to all of you. Appreciate you joining us and tuning in each and every week. For Connor Mack, I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great week. Enjoy college football week 9. Enjoy the games and good luck. Cash some tickets, and we will be back with you next Monday 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific for another edition of College Football Hitting the Books. Until then, class dismissed.